welcome to Act 10 of the Opinion Zone here on the Sonic Show. And we do have one little thing to share with you, and unfortunately it is some bad news. Unfortunately, Uncle Poxxy is not here with us as he's busy dealing with his hotline. I don't know why it is that the hotline has gone down. It's been some technical difficulties, but he shall be back in due time. When? I don't know. He'll be back. But we do have people here, though. And of course, we have some familiar faces returning. First off, we do have Fuad.
Well,
we have Jamie.
Your intro so far is really dull.
Judging strong here. And we also have a Tom.
Hello, just gotta say, what's a Fuad? Who's Fuad?
what? That's how people actually say my name.
Really?
I've got, yeah,
Oh,
it's
it's
between
Fuad.
Fuad and Fuad.
Oh, I thought it just came out as Fuad.
Lord
It's like
Fuad.
a Batman sound effect. Fuad.
Lord Fuad!
Lord Fuad, Fuad.
God damn it, okay.
Shrek has begun.
Fuad is life. Fuad is over.
You're all ridiculous. Oh, and Pete's here.
So, we're having a few technical difficulties at the moment. We'll be able to give you a full-on episode shortly.
You alright, Pete?
I am fine. How is everybody?
Hello, stranger.
Good, welcome
Oh, hi,
back.
how are you doing?
Hi, I'm good. There's a lot of familiar names I haven't spoken to for a while here.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Basically, during the TGSE thing, oh my god, who can pronounce the person's name? We're not very organised today, guys.
Whose name?
This one that I'm about to post in the chat, and I will edit out the podcast. This one.
Hajime Satomi.
Satomi.
He
There we go.
said,
All together now.
he said, as far as the Western market goes, we learned a lot from Atlas. If we can make a title with proper quality, I believe there's a good chance for it to do well, even in the West for players that play Japanese games. I've been talking to the employees about how we should start putting serious consideration into quality from this point on, especially in North America and Europe, where it's always been more of a focus on schedules. I believe that if we can't maintain quality, it would be better not to release anything at all. We did our best to build a relationship of mutual trust with older fans of Sega, but looking back, there have been some titles that have partially betrayed the trust in the past 10 years. I mean, we all agreed, surely, that yes, they have betrayed us.
Yes, they have, and I think I'm gonna take a star here. There was an article I read about this where they mentioned that not only were they running off reputation, but that reputation is more or less what that trust was. And I feel we've lost a bit of that. We've lost a bit of Sega's reputation within the last 10 years. And this is a bit off topic, but I got a book recently that was like a history of Sonic, and it had a lot of the design aspects of the games. And it has everything from the original Sonic to Generations, and as I go between like original Sonic, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, the design aspect pages, there was like 10 pages for all these classic games, and then as the series went on, the pages for design got shorter and shorter and shorter, whereas like I think with 06 they did actually mention the schedule like conflictions.
Can I play devil's advocate with this?
Go for it.
That would be good.
Isn't the only way that Sega's really lost reputation be with its adult fans to a certain point of view? Because if you look a little bit further back, they've started porting more of the Japanese-only stuff to the West, and even though the main franchise in the West, being Sonic as it is not as popular in Japan, coming westward, and even though they divert it for children, it's more of the adults that are more upset with it. And that, I have the feeling, is where they say they're being more disappointed, because they're obviously getting... some of their Western fan base is obviously getting better with the fact they get to play the not dubbed version, what's the localization versions of the Hatsune Miku and all that stuff.
Yes.
But so they're obviously gaining bits, but Are they only saying this because the biggest Western influence that they're losing out on is Sonic, and the biggest puncture to that reputation is Boom? And that's only in the game term, from what I've heard as well.
I agree with that. I very
But the
much so
thing
agree
is,
with that.
Just going to interject here, but it's obviously since Sonic's development has gone on from the very beginning, before he got sent over to the US to be marketed and then given to a Western audience, it's always been the US side of things that have been tampering with things, saying, oh, we feel this is what the audience over here will like. And it's been more apparent over the recent years, starting way back from like Shadow the Hedgehog, that the Western side of, or the American side of Sega has really, in short, ballsed it all up.
I think it's a bit much. I think it's not that bad.
Yeah, you've got to remember that Shadow the Hedgehog, at that point, that game idea was based on the polling system that was given to fans. That was straight after Adventure 2, and that was, what hero would you like to see get their own type of game? What kind of game franchise would you like to see it go into? What would the mechanics be, etc., etc.? And we got Shadow the Hedgehog for that.
I almost feel like we shot ourselves in the foot with that.
But actually, that brings up a very valid point. That's what I want to also quickly clarify. Is another thing that many franchises have a big problem is the fan base itself. The moment you cater to a fan base, your franchise is dead.
No.
Because no. Let me explain it for a second.
I mean, you can, but no.
Thanks. When you focus on catering to a fan base and try and make the perfect game for them, what you're really doing is not creating a game that the developers actually feel will be good. You're just trying to satisfy your audience.
That comes down to satisfying certain niches, doesn't it? I mean, I'm sure each of the five of us would have a particular version of Sonic we'd like to see. One would be more of the classic stuff, which they tried with Sonic 4. One would be more the adventure-esque style, which everybody clamours for in Adventure 3. Then you've got your normal, the high-speed stuff, which they tried in 06, and which we got in Unleashed in Colours and Generations to an extent. Everybody has a particular version of the game they want to see, and you can't please everybody, which is probably why Sega tried to do a gimmicky thing with each new Sonic game.
Yep.
But it's that kind of thing. It's the formula keeps getting changed up to try and suit different audiences, which I feel has caused the whole franchise to be so out of whack. Don't get me wrong, Sega's got points for trying new things and trying to make their mold like perfect for Sonic, but at the same time, it's...
What would be your perfect Sonic game at this point? If they turned round and they made each of you a director for a Sonic game, what would you want to see it do?
I personally wouldn't want it to be catered to me. I just want a developer.
What do you want? That makes no sense. That's the most stupid thing you've ever said in my life.
No, I'm a consumer, and I would buy it regardless. It's got Sonic's face on it.
Fuad, you're a game producer for the next Sonic game. What direction are you going to take it in?
See, I would, as much as I hate to say this, I would want it to be a bit more classic, just because I feel like in the gap between I'd even almost consider Adventure a little classic because of how long ago that was from our conversation right now. And I would say they need to look back and see where they lost their footing. So maybe something a little adventure-y. And
so what you'd like to do it in a Sonic the Genesis style Sonic games with an adventure style, so more akin to say the advanced games where you could pick a character and play in a kind of Genesis style way.
You know what? Yes, I would love to see another one like that.
Okay, fair enough. Jamie?
With the exception of Sonic Boom, I don't dislike where they were going. Lost World wasn't a bad game. It wasn't a great game.
I agree.
But it had the right aesthetics I wanted from a Sonic game, finally. I think it had more platforming than the previous ones did. So I don't have an issue with where they've gone wrong. I think.
Do you think they've taken a step looking at what the Nintendo account did post E3 at the backlash that the vocal viewers did to Nintendo's E3 conference and apologized, and then Sega saw that and said, "We've got this backlash from Sonic Boom. We should apologize."
Yeah, personally, I think this apology has no bearing on what they're doing. I think it's purely just, we know you're upset. It's not, but it's not like, oh, suddenly we're going to change the way we do things. Whatever they're doing is already well underway.
What you're saying is this is just PR talk for
Absolutely.
We've got another one coming.
Well, we already knew that there's an anniversary game coming next year. I mean, they announced that while Boom was coming out, because the whole Boom thing was like, it's the same way that they're doing with Call of Duty. They've diversified it down to two different bases of the company making games, so that they've got a longer development cycle. So you'll have Sonic Boom from the Western devs, and you'll have your main canon Sonic team games in the East. So we already know that there's going to be the 2016 game.
That's true.
It's just, I don't know. I just find it all very interesting. I think it's interesting I find it interesting they felt the need to address it.
Did this announcement come out before or after the Fire and Ice announcement?
So, has anyone got any other summarized thoughts before we move along?
Not really. I don't think it was necessary at this point. No, I think it's them just trying to sweep it under the rug post Fire and Ice and setting sights to TGS, but that's about it.
Yeah.
There it is.
It was more like, look, it's Sonic Boom. You might not like it, but this is what we've got going ahead. Apologies for that. This is what's coming.
Yeah.
Right. Sega, you do you. You do you, boo. It's all good. We're going to go for a quick little advertisement break or commercial break or whatever you want to do. I don't care what region you come from. While we try to sell you corn chips or insurance for something, after we come back, one of our fans gets to defeat Donnie. Are you ready, Donnie?
No, but I may as well be.
Because, well, we will see you guys after this break.
Sounds good.
Welcome back, guys. This is the Opinion Zone. We're on Act 10. I think that's correct. I haven't looked. Someone said it earlier. We are minus Mr. Uncle Poxxy, but we are joined by randomly through the first segment through Pete, aka Titanscreed. Hello, Pete.
Hello.
You all right? Hello. And the other people we don't care about. So we're back, and it's time to defeat Donnie. How are you feeling, Donnie?
I'm screwed, aren't I?
You are a bit screwed. So yes, as you may have heard last time, we've introduced a new segment where the Sonic Show has now got an agenda to prove that Donnie is actually a bag of shit and is basically full of lies and doesn't know what he's doing, and has just cheated his way to the top of the ladder. And we are here to show him. We're like that guy, that WikiLeaks guy. We're like a champion of the internet. That's what we are. So let's head over. Briefly, and as everyone's ears die, let's head over briefly to Donnie's new studio. Where is it? There it is.
Here we go.
I'll be asked to move. Come in.
I always like that bit.
I love it.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Now here's the news.
Yes. So we're in Donnie's new studio, which is totally legit.
Better than the last one.
This is all a thing. Donnie, last week you lost. Are you going to turn this around this week?
I hope.
You hope. I hope you do, because I'm not being funny.
There's no choice here.
Last week you were a bit embarrassing, and this time we have a guest, and I don't want you to embarrass yourself in front of Titanscreed.
Well, I mean, as long as I don't have to spell Czechoslovakia again. That's all
I can't promise you what questions. As a journalist, you should be prepared for all situations. Right.
Here
We
go.
will now go get our first guest, our only guest. As he jumps into the call, I'm sure he'll answer straight away, and it will be awfully seamless.
down.
Come on. Here we go. Is he going to answer?
All right.
Is he going
Next
to answer?
contestant, make
he
your
gonna
way down
answer?
to the stage.
I think we have our guest here. Do we have our guest?
We do have our guest, yes.
Fantastic. What's your name
Awesome.
and where are you calling from?
I am Richard and I'm calling from Cork, Ireland.
Woo! It is
All
very
right, welcome,
early.
Richard.
It's very early in the morning. Surely,
Sorry?
it's very,
Very
early.
early in the morning.
over there.
You could say that, or late at night.
That's probably a more accurate way of saying it. Are you familiar with Donnie's work?
Of course, he's everywhere and anywhere.
Yes, that is so correct. And are you ready to prove that he is a bag of crap and that you are better than him?
Sure, why not?
Yes,
That's the spirit.
that's
I love your enthusiasm.
that's the mild enthusiasm we're looking for. I have faith in you that you can do this because I know Donnie, and Donnie is not worth it. So, I've actually added sound effects this time. Are you excited? So, if you get the question right, that was my phone. That wasn't the noise. If you get it right, you hear this. Isn't that good? If you get it wrong, you hear this. I think it's quite clear. Right, what I did last time was I'm going to flip a coin, Rich, and you call heads or tails. If you get what you said, you get to go first, okay? So, let me get my coin. Where the fuck? There's my coin. Right. Heads or tails, call it.
Heads.
Heads, let's go. And it's heads! Yay! So
Nice.
you get the first question. Now,
All right.
so excited.
hmm
I've lost my questions. There we go. No, it's the professionalism of...
professional.
Yeah, exactly right. Question for you, Rich. Sonic and Tails... Why am I doing this? Sonic and Tails are the coolest of heroes, and don't imitate the crowd. They do cool things like parkour, which takes dexterous fingers and agility. Rich, how many fingers does Sonic have?
Oh, jeez. I'm gonna say 10.
I'm loading my sound effects. This is just
Suspense.
amazing. So you're saying 10, yeah?
Yeah.
He actually has 8 fingers and 2 thumbs.
God damn it.
Caught on the
I
technicality.
love your questions.
I
Very
know
specific.
it's a very tense situation. It's fine. I know Pete's on the end of his seat right now, or possibly gone.
Oh, I'm on tenterhooks right now.
tense right now.
Calm down, Pete, honestly, please.
Fuad, I hope you're keeping score.
I am, don't worry.
Awesome, very good. Donnie, are you ready?
Yes.
This is the first time you could actually win. Okay, right. Sonic loves the chili dog, Donnie, but they aren't always around. Sometimes you have to enjoy a canned snack like meatballs or pasta and sauce. But which brand made a range of canned foods shaped like our hedgehog friend, featuring art from the Sonic Adventure era? Which brand?
SpaghettiOs.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
No, wrong. It
You're
was
giving
it
me
was
false hope here.
it was Franco America.
Oh, that's right. I
Everyone
even
knows that
for-
brand.
Oh, I thought it was Chef Boyardee.
You're in Canada, you don't know.
I thought it was mine, if I'm perfectly honest. So now where we go, none of us would have got it right.
Right. So far, what are the scores on the board, Fuad?
Well, it's a deadlock here at the rock bottom.
It's 0-all, which is not particularly amazing, I must admit. Quite an epic fail, really. Right. Are we ready to turn this around?
Yes.
Yes, good. How are we feeling, Rich? Are we feeling confident? Oh my goodness, right. Question for you, Rich. It's your turn.
Yeah.
Sonic sure does like to get around, and the last generation of consoles were no different. How many games did Sonic the Hedgehog release on physical disc on the Xbox 360 that included the word Sonic in the title?
Wow.
5.
Do you want to read those back to me?
Hmm?
Do you know what those games were, or are you just picking a number out?
Sonic Freeriders, Sonic Generations, Sonic Unleashed, Sega Mega Drive Collection, Sonic Thing, and Sonic 06.
Sonic
I think you're missing a few there.
Did I?
7. It was Sonic the Hedgehog, also known as 2006 version. We've got Sonic Unleashed, Sonic Generations, Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing, Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection, Sonic Free Riders, and Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed.
Lucky.
Okay, we go on to Donnie.
Main
I think
series.
it's because it's late night that he's.
I don't know, it's going upset. Donnie,
Hi.
not being funny, mate. You actually have a chance of winning this, alright? Now, last time, let's be honest, you were shit. And this time, you're still shit. But you have a chance here, okay?
Oh, come on, Jamie. You almost sound like you're on his side right now. Come on.
No
So
favoritism.
I'm balanced, unlike Donnie's news reporting. So I need to be nice on both sides, okay? So, Donnie,
This is a team spirit, guys. Honestly.
Donnie,
Yes.
here we go. If there's one thing Sonic can do, it's merchandise. Who can forget that amazing range of Morphlite figures with a built-in flashlight, like the silver one with a light-up hand, which was really crap and not worth the money I paid for it. What was the name? What was the name of the company who manufactured them?
So many brands here.
Who manufactured the Morphlite figures?
The Morphlite figures of silver.
You're saying Silver manufactured
no,
them?
of silver.
Silver was one of the figures, yes.
Okay, so obviously it had to be around 2006 or later.
Riveting stuff.
First 4 figures.
Is that your final answer?
Fuck it, may as well.
That is correct. Incorrect.
Was it Jazzwares?
It wasn't. It was a company called Tech for Kids. Who
So close.
shockingly lost their license to make Sonic toys.
I wonder why.
Yeah, Jazz
So-
was my other idea there.
Fuad,
Oh, yeah. I see it down.
Fuad, what's the scores on the doors?
Well, Jamie, we're getting very comfy here at Rock Bottom. Everyone's still at 0.
Right. Donnie, Rich, this is the last round. You both have a chance to win this. Okay? I have faith in both of you. I admittedly have more faith in Rich. Not being funny. 'Cause
Wait.
I can't really blame you though.
there you go. So, Rich, here is your last question. And then if Donnie gets the next one wrong, then we go to a tiebreaker. Sonic sure is popular, Rich, and known by fans around the world. So loved, in fact, that he had his first convention created in the UK called Summer of Sonic. But what year was the first Summer of Sonic convention?
Oh.
Ooh.
The one question I would have gotten right. You give it to him.
You're not allowed the easy ones.
Nope.
2010?
Is that your final answer?
Might as well be.
Don't say that.
Are you sure? 2008. It's fine.
Wow.
Pity wins are still wins. 2008.
If you're sure, I don't know where you got that answer from, but let's see if it's the right one. That's correct.
No way! You totally guessed, didn't you?
I was actually in Sonic Boom in England too.
There you go. So, Right. Donnie, if you get this question wrong, you have to resign from TSSZ.
Whoa.
Wow.
Does Rich get his job?
Yes. But he will continue posting under the name Donnie, so no one will notice. It's fine. If you get this right, then we go to a tiebreaker. How wet are you right now?
Not really that ready, because I know where this is going.
Your
Okay,
final
good.
question. Ready? I'm
Yep.
so excited. It's about your favourite franchise as well.
Oh boy.
Sonic Boom, Donnie. It's not just the name of a TV show. A sonic boom is the sound associated with the shock waves created by an object travelling through the air faster than the speed of sound.
Come on.
But did you
You're asking me what I
know?
think you're asking, aren't you?
But did you know that real animals can achieve this feat as well? The pistol shrimp can create a sonoluminescent cavitation bubbles that reach up to 5,000 K, which are as loud as 218 decibels, breaking the sound barrier in water. Donnie, how do you spell sonoluminescent?
To be fair, that's not really a hard question.
Jay, I love you.
So,
This is amazing.
it's
Oh,
it's
this is like
solar
GCSE
lumen.
level spelling.
It's I'm supposed to spell what?
Sonoluminescent.
Sololuminescent.
Sonoluminescent.
Sonoluminescent.
Stop googling it, Donnie. Answer the question.
I don't know. Okay, SONOILLUMIN. No wait, EN. ESIANT.
Ah. The correct answer was SONOLUMINESCENT. I don't know how you got that wrong. I thought you were a journalist. Never mind. Obviously not. So, that means
No holds barred.
our winner today, everyone, is Rich. Yay! Small round of applause. Woo!
By 1 point.
By 1 point. That
That was
was
close.
close.
I actually knew Donnie's last question too.
Donnie, you
Said
just got
it well.
burnt. So, well done, Rich. You win the honour of knowing you won. Congratulations.
Donnie.
The best prize you could ever wish for. How are you feeling right now, knowing that you are a better human being than Donnie?
Well, I was already, so indifferent.
Oh! No, it.
Well then.
Drops the call.
I was going to give you my sandwich that I have in my lap right now as a token of respect. But after that,
Was it a Subway sandwich?
how the hell do you know what I eat?
Because Eggman eats it too.
But I'm not Eggman, though.
No, but he knows
That's
about
the
Sonic
thing.
characters, something you failed with today. So
Oh my god.
it's just how it is. So that was Defeat Donnie. Donnie was truly defeated. Well done, Rich. You did a fair game. Donnie, you're a letdown and a disgrace to the Sonic community. Hopefully next week you can sort it around. If you listening want to defeat Donnie, which let's face it, I'm not being fair, it's quite easy to do, just send us an email to the Sonic Show channel at gmail.com, tweet us at Sonic_show, or send us a Facebook message to facebook.com/the Sonic Show, and hopefully you will get the chance to defeat this bag of rubbish next week.
I won by 1 point. You won by 1 point. It was only a 1 point
s-
difference this time.
You still lost.
We call
But
those
what-
excuses.
But,
Yeah,
but
I
it
know,
wasn't
it's-
as bad of a loss as last time.
But
you
Donnie
still lost.
is still lost. You're not getting it. I know you like to jumble around statistics to make articles think what you think, right? That's not how we do it on the Sonic Show.
That's typical CNN nonsense.
I know, right?
All right.
What do we
Well,
look
either
like,
way.
Fox News.
So when you know, unfortunately, you can no longer do your biased journalism because Rich has taken your job for a week until next week. Okay, so every news article posted under the name SSF 1991 was actually written by Rich. That is canon. That's canon now. Okay,
So just take the loss with dignity, Donnie.
exactly.
But
But yes, so guys, that is the end of that segment. I just ran out of music. That was quite tense. And we will see you guys after the break when we go to our amazing new segment with Fuad that we haven't got a name for yet. Hurrah! So we will see you guys after this break.
Bye-bye.
Welcome back, guys. It's the Opinion Zone, Act 10. Donnie has just been defeated. He was destroyed by Rich. Well done, Rich. Once again, Donnie does not get to write articles for another week as another guest host fills in for him because he can't do it. Maybe next week, Donnie. Maybe next week. In the meantime, we got a new segment where we thought we discussed topics at the beginning, but we discussed one, but then we missed so much stuff. So why don't we have our little Canadian friend in his little hat and his little facial hair go through just a quick summary of what's going on, and then we can tell him whether it's worth him bothering wasting the oxygen to say it with.
Oh my god!
So no pressure, but like I said, I will judge you quite harshly. So I didn't mention that bit. So because we couldn't think of, so this is called Fuads Things because we couldn't think of a decent name for it, and because we couldn't think of any music, we're going to play the national anthem in the background for Canada.
I can't wait to share my things.
Don't worry, while Fuad gets his things out. Okay. While that happens, it's the lounge jazz version of "O Canada," so it's all good. So Fuad, take it away.
Sure thing. All right.
Oh yeah, you have to make it sound as Canadian as possible.
All right. How do I do a Canadian accent?
You're doing it right now. So it's
good. What are you talking about? Okay. Anyway, on that note, let's go ahead and get started.
It's better than my Canadian accent, so.
Fair enough. Considering I've been in Canada the last 10 years, I'd hope I have a good grasp of the accent. Either way, let's go ahead and get started. So, like Jay said, there's a bunch of stuff going on with the Sonic community. That's just a bunch of fan projects or random, smaller announcements that have been happening that I just wanted to grace over. Think of it like a lightning round opinion zone, if you will. I'm going to talk about something, and I'm going to ask everyone for a quick opinion. Maybe a yay-nay thing. First things first, I didn't want to touch on this when we were starting, but so a guy on YouTube called Good Blood made a video called Dear Sega and then / Sonic Redesign. He basically talked about what Sega did, what they did well, where they went wrong, and what they can do to improve. And he brought a lot of interesting ideas to the table. For example, completely redesigning Sonic and taking away, making him a silent protagonist, taking away the gloves and bandages, and just having him one solid color with kind of dull eyes. A bit of a Rayman Origins effect, except instead of having Sonic be the crazy attitude he always was, he's a very straightforward, simple protagonist. So it'd definitely be a very interesting direction for Sonic to take. And I was wondering what you guys think. What do you think?
I saw it about a month and a half ago. I linked it in certain places. I thought it was good. I thought it was definitely worth the watch. It's good stuff.
I quite like it. I like the concept of the inventory and using and implementing a sort of puzzle thing into it. I do quite like that. Will it ever anything remotely like that happen? No. But no. I like the idea that someone is thinking creative ways of playing around the concept of Sonic, even if Sega aren't doing that. But yeah, that's my thought.
Absolutely.
Donnie.
I completely drowned out there. What were we talking about?
Oh, we're talking about the
Bloody
Sonic redesign that. Okay. Basically, a guy on YouTube talked about a Sonic redesign where you basically take away his personality and everything. It kind of makes Sonic in this day and age,
Oh.
and recreate him into a bit of a puzzle platformer.
Puzzle platformer.
Basically, think classic Sonic with more platforming elements and puzzle-esque stuff. That's it.
Oh, right. I guess. No, I guess I could see that. I mean, as long as it's executed properly. I
Okay.
mean, yeah.
Yeah. So yay or nay?
Yay.
Yay.
Yay. All right, cool. Moving on to our next topic then. Next up we've got who here has heard of Sonic Prologue?
Yes.
I have.
Yes, the Source Filmmaker video. Yeah, so Sonic Prologue 2 is a thing that's happening. I feel this goes without introductions since you guys know about it, but for the audience, they're basically taking all of the plot elements of the original Sonic games and turning it into a Source Filmmaker movie. And according to their description on their Indiegogo project, it says they are going to be recreating and retelling the events of the 1994 video game Sonic the Hedgehog 3, as it was written in the original Japanese manual. The film is also designed as a 25th anniversary gift to the creators of Sonic the Hedgehog brand. So, what do you guys think? Is this a cool idea or what?
No, I don't like it. Well, no.
You don't like it?
There's something I don't like about it, but I'll let Pete go first.
Yeah, there's something I don't like about the way they're doing it either.
I think we might be on the
I'm
same
not sure
page.
if Jamie wants. Yeah, probably.
So
Go on, Jamie.
okay, thank you. Sorry. No, I was just gonna say, Sonic Prologue. Should I be honest? Yeah, it's the opinion zone. We're allowed to have opinions. That's the whole point of this
Yes.
thing. I didn't like the first one because it was too long and it had a poor narrative. I said it. It's out in the open. Deal with it. But it's fine. Whatever. It's free entertainment. Whatever. Do what you want with your spare time. It's great. Have fun. Sonic Prologue 2 is an Indiegogo thing, and there weren't. How many thousands of dollars was it?
It was stupid amounts of money. It was
literally tens of thousands of dollars.
Jesus Christ.
To make. I don't know if Fuad, if you have the Indiegogo link, but if you do, then you could possibly budge in with the budget. Will be on the Indiegogo page that the amount of money they're looking for.
You know what? That is a good idea, and I'm going to check that out.
Fantastic.
If you give me exactly
I can
1
vouch.
second.
It's amazing. But no, I don't like the idea because what the problem I have it was it's an Source Filmmaker film, and when you look at the trailer as well, does not cost. The whole point of it is it's open source. It doesn't,
Yes.
It's using a franchise that you don't own. You're using character models that were made by Sonic Team, so it's like even the graphics and assets in the project are created by another company. To us, and people can use it creatively and stuff, but there's a difference between like putting out a CD or that like a few people are going to buy, or doing a YouTube video and then basically requesting that ridiculous amount of money, and the fact that I think what only just pushed me over the edge that makes me really unsupportive of this is in the trailer it says it's not for profit. No, wait, no, that's exactly
Actually,
the
that's
opposite
true
of
now
what
that
you're
you bring
doing.
that up.
I had this massive conversation with a couple of animating people that do animation for a living, and they were like, "Source Filmmaker is only it's only going to come out good if you use it well," and it's just like, but they're using an Indiegogo to make a ton of money off everything that is free, and they're basically asking for people to fund it for their job, and that is what really annoyed me about it.
I believe that's illegal too. So,
Well, I mean, how can you realistically be allowed to pay to use licensed material that you don't own?
Yeah.
Is the thing.
And like, there's a
That's true.
Let's be clear. There is a difference between like making a commercial, commissioning someone to do something for you and hiring them as staff in a business sense. It's different. Like
So-
I've had people do commission. I've paid people to do commissions for my personal use and for other things like the community stuff. But if I was doing it as a business, they made it very clear to me, I cannot do that because I do not have the rights to draw those images for commercial use, which is what this person is, which is what this Sonic Prologue thing is basically doing. I'm done.
Now, on that note, I'm actually going to interrupt you right there, just to say that their actual Indiegogo project goal is $22,000 US.
I'm sorry. I'm talking more than anyone else. I do apologize. But what bothered me was there's a bit which says like what's the cost of this, and it doesn't. Okay, so their contributions will be used for your money. Yeah, their $22,000 would go towards general operating expenses, and then making the rewards. That's as detailed as it gets. How is it? Oh my god!
Yeah, you basically be funding this guy to do this for a job.
His wage, yeah.
Yeah, it's basically what you're doing, and I wouldn't say extortionate. Not the right word, but it's trying to play off people's nostalgia and kind of abuse the fact that they're paying for the guy to have a job more than anything else.
Yeah, so. And I think the reality is it's raised $110, which is I find it amazing that it's achieved that. So if it actually got anywhere near its goal, you can be rest assured Sega would be knocking on his door.
I'm sure, especially if they get even more than that, which already is a bit of a lot when you think about it. Either way, that will finalize it for that one. Moving on to our next lightning round topic for this. I'm waiting for my music. Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. Cool, eh? So, I'm actually really excited for this one. On a way lighter note, First Four Figures is asking us for ideas for their upcoming Sonic the Hedgehog 25th anniversary statue. They want the focus to be classic Sonic, but it could be absolutely anything that we say. Hell, who knows? If they can think of a cool enough idea for Boom, they might do. What do you guys think? What are your ideas for a figure, and just what would you like to see?
Is this the anniversary one where classic is the main part of it, and they want stuff to be around it?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a good enough idea as long as they don't take all the nut jobs ideas into effect and just make something that looks absolutely terrible at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it could be good. Yeah.
I
want. Go ahead.
I was saying, all I want is a statue of the Sonic Boom Sonic drowning classic Sonic in a toilet.
Oh my god.
Like a school bully.
Speaking of the nut job ideas,
I'll give them all my money for that to happen. Or I want Donnie's avatar.
Of course you do.
I think we'd see something akin to, I don't know, if they're going to make it a Sonic thing or a Sega thing. I don't think they've really reiterated on that, have they?
They have, yes.
Is it going to be purely Sonic only?
It's Sonic's 25th anniversary.
Okay, then, yeah, it depends. I don't know. I think they've kind of gone a bit too far with the fact that, what is it? They've got the dioramas now, and
yes.
the Escape from the City is kind of classic and, like, it's generations. It's classic and modern. So, I mean, that's good enough as it is, I think. They don't really need to...
Like, that and they did, words, I can't words today. They did a Tails and Sonic on the Tornado, like, diorama.
Yeah.
That looks fantastic. I feel like that should have been the 25th anniversary idea, but now that they put that out, I'm wondering how they're going to step that up.
Whatever they do, I'm sure they'll find a way to stick LEDs and charge an extra $50.
Oh, of course.
Of course. That was a lot quicker than the last one. Donnie, what do you have to say?
About what now?
You're just a great contribution to this whole thing, Donnie. I'm so glad that we waited for you to
We'll give him this one. So all interesting opinions on that one. Moving on to our next one. I'm trying to think of a Canadian thing to say. Yeah, I can imagine listening to this while drinking my cup of maple syrup and watching the latest hockey game. Eh?
Hey.
Oh my God.
All right. Our final topic for today for Fuads Things, or whatever you call this. This is my final thing. Or is it? No? Okay. So just to give you guys a little background, during an event, Sega revealed that Phantasy Star Online 2 has over 3.5 million registered users. Sadly, the only thing we know about the latest thing they're announcing is it's coming out in sometime 2016. So this special thing that they're announcing is an animation for Phantasy Star Online 2. It's going to be an anime probably, as opposed to like a, what's the word, OVA series or movie. And I'm excited as hell because I love Phantasy Star Online. What do you guys have to say?
I'm excited. I am excited. Fantasy Star is. I've had such up and downs, such a roller coaster of emotions with that franchise. I'm totes pumped for a anime. I think. Yes, that's my thought.
Okay.
I think it depends on the style of the way they do the anime.
Okay.
Because is it going to be more like what they did with Sega Hard Girls, or is it going to be more properly anime based?
Oh yeah.
And also the thing, as a big MMO player myself, the thing about a free-to-play MMO having 3 million accounts is probably not a lot of those people still play anymore, and a lot of them are probably the Western players as well. So, not to put a damper on things, but yeah, it could be the way it was.
Yeah,
It's the same that could. It's the same that could be
go ahead.
applied to the to Sonic Dash as well, the original, where they celebrated millions of people having played the game and all. And for all we know, a lot of those people may have moved on to other games. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. Now, my only thing with this is, if this animation is successful, I really hope it kind of shows like we can get them to bring the game over to America. I know some people might not even go near it, but I'm sorry, I just love Phantasy Star Online. I'm talking purely as a fanboy right now. I just hope we can get the game in one form or another.
I don't want to dash your dreams, but it's never coming west, mate. If you want to play it, if you want to play it, you'll have to get the English emulation pack. I'm sorry to break your heart.
Pete, a man can dream. A Canadian man can dream. Okay.
Was that all your thoughts? Your things?
Yes, that is all of my things. On
Yep.
that note, thank you for joining us for Fuad's Things.
Put your things back, you dirty old bastard. Right.
Zip.
So yes, that was Fuad's Things. If you have a story you think that he should cover in the next few days, you can send it to the Sonic Show channel at gmail.com or send us a Facebook message. Our Facebook address is facebook.com/The Sonic Show. It's all such a proud moment. So, after the break, we're going to go to the final segment where we're going to ask Uncle PT, I think.
Uncle PD.
Uncle PT.
Uncle Petey.
Because who is currently covering the Uncle Poxxy hotline while Poxxy is on vacation. He is a temp in the office. So, he's going to be answering 2 of your emails after this short break. Enjoy this Canadian remix. I don't know what I'm doing. Welcome back, everyone. This is Act 10. We are at the last section of the show, and it's our favourite bit where we get to ask Uncle Poxxy. But Uncle Poxxy is on vacay, so I believe at the hotline head office is based in Devon. Why not? Okay. Yeah, it's fine. There is a temp filling in the office, so I think it's Mr. PT, who we shall find out. Let's go ring the hotline right now. I'll just get my telephone. This is just brilliant.
Welcome to the Ask Uncle Poxxy helpline. If you wish to sign up for the Poxxy newsletter, press 1. If you wish to make a complaint about the advice you were given, press 2. If you want to receive a personal one-of-one session with Poxxy, press 3. If you want to join the change.org petition for Uncle Poxxy to get his own segment on the YouTube channel, press 4. And if you want to read a question to Uncle Poxxy, press 5.
There we go, we got through in the end. You may not have noticed, but I changed it. It's amazing. Is that Uncle Poxxy / PT on the line there?
Hello.
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 It's so seamless. Mr. Uncle PT, I believe you're covering for Poxxy at the moment in the office.
He's out of the office today.
Is it what's his office like? I never asked. I always imagine it to be quite damp and badly lit.
Well, there's chains on the walls.
Is that a crying child I'm hearing?
Yes.
Could be.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
There is a hole in the wall. We do see foxes every now and again.
Okay. It sounds like a dive. I hope he's paying you a good minimum wage there.
Wage?
Oh dear. Okay, that's a sore subject there. Right. Well, Mr. Uncle PT, I have 2 questions for you.
Sure.
I think I'm going to read this one first. It's from Anonymous. Obviously,
Always good. Always good.
protecting their
These are
identity.
always the best kind of questions.
So, hi, Mr. Poxxy. They didn't realise. Hello, Mr. PT, of course. My brother is a big Sonic fan and a big fan of the Sonic show, and is hardcore into Sonic, like balls deep. I'm reading this verbatim.
Balls deep.
Balls deep.
Right, okay.
The problem is, Sonic is gay and for baby kids and pedos. In brackets, no offence. He's 15 now and should be focusing on getting a girlfriend and not collecting figures of Sonic and the Black Sonic. Any advice would be appreciated. Many thanks.
What you want to do in this sort of situation, if your brother, cousin, whatever, if they're balls deep into the manly Sonic stuff, is you want to get all the pin-ups of Rouge and Amy. You can find them if you Google search hard enough, and show them those, and then see what their reaction is. You can always go from there.
That's good advice. Would you agree that Sonic is gay and for baby kids and pedos? Or would you think his brother possibly doesn't have the best opinion?
I think his brother doesn't have the best opinion, but you never know with some people, you know.
That's true, especially if you don't like Sonic Boom Sonic. Right. So yeah, I mean, he's 15. Maybe he should get a girlfriend. But I don't know, Mr. Uncle Petey. I think your advice is pretty spot on there. Is there? They don't pay you, but do they provide food in that office? Like, is there a sandwich table? Do they have a little?
I've got a little barbecue thing in the corner.
There's a barbecue in the office.
It's in this dank little room.
I mean,
okay.
I don't know. A damp room and a barbecue. It doesn't. I don't think that's that's a fire hazard, surely.
Well, yeah, but you got to remember, I've got to catch the rat first to cook it. So.
That's.
And on that note,
I don't know. I don't know what agency you're working for to do this temp work, but I would change. So I
take whatever I can get.
That's true. It's the economy we're in right now. Right, dear Uncle PT, I have a deep problem that needs your helps. I didn't add the S, they did. I trust you to point me in the right direction. I'm a furry. I've known it for a long time, but I'm comfortable with it. There is nothing wrong with being sexually attracted to a humanoid, that's all in capital letters, forms of foxes. It's no different to being gay. It's a little bit different.
So wait, I need to figure this out. Is it specifically humanoid foxes here?
That's what they're saying. They're sexually attracted to humanoid forms of foxes.
Okay.
It's no different to being gay, I would argue. The problem is, my mum found my sketches of my personal sketches in my art book depicting a furry version depicting a furry version of my... Shut up. Depicting a furry... Oh no, my headphone's falling out.
You can do it, Jay. You
This
can
is
do
very
it.
serious. Depicting a
You know this phone line charges by the minute. Yeah? It's a premium line.
It's fine. We charge it to Donnie's account. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
Depicting a Donnie, shut up. Depicting a furry version of myself getting hammered by Robin from the Disney version of Robin Hood. My mum has taken the book and now wants me to have a sit-down chat with me, herself, and my dad after college. What should I say? Many thanks, Jeremy.
Well, Jeremy, the fact that you know it's the Disney version of Disney's Robin Hood, so like the 80s animation, leads me to believe that you may be lying about your age right now, as it's not really widely shown these days. So with that in mind, I would say, considering I think you're of older age, I would suggest going out to your local manly club and just getting hammered in whichever way you seem fit that's best for you.
In the same way he got hammered by Robin?
Maybe while he's under the form of some sort of alcoholic preference. Who knows?
So you're telling it, you're advising that this furry goes out to a pub, gets drunk, and just has his way.
Someone has his way with them.
Yeah.
Like Robin.
So, but consensually, of course.
Oh, of course.
Of course, yes.
Of course.
It sounded a bit date rapey at one point. Just go out, get drunk, and hope for the best.
Well, I've heard. I don't want to discriminate against all of the furry implied people, but I've heard that the furry conventions are quite something to behold.
Yeah, I mean, I know there are a lot of nice people and lots of nice furries out there in the world, and they're all very lovely. And if they do have any desires, they do it in a place which is a safe environment.
They do it in a consensual, safe environment.
Yes. My concern with this kid, if I may interject, even though I'm ringing you for advice, I'm now adding my own opinion. Seems a bit counterproductive for my money. Is that if it doesn't sound like their interest in this whole furry thing has gone beyond like his bedroom. It doesn't sound like he
It
dresses
does sound
in.
like it's just purely fantasy at this point.
Definitely.
So, I would say, I mean, what should he say to his parents? I think he should just own it and just be like, yeah, I want to be done by a fox and meow. And then
Mummy, Daddy,
You were on a roll, Jamie.
Mummy, Daddy, you found my book. I cannot hide it any longer. I want to be ploughed by a fox.
but
That's who I am. Slams the door.
but a humanoid fox. Otherwise, it's weird.
Indeed.
Go out of your way to say how there's a lot of other people that are kind of like that, and that there's conventions and stuff for it, and that you're not the only one.
Yeah, it's like the characters at Disneyland, but with buggery.
I've actually lost whether this fact is about if he wants advice coming out to his parents or if he wants advice of what to do.
I think he's
We
the
could
question
both.
seems to be what should he say to his parents now they've discovered his sketchbook of art.
Deal with it.
I don't know what I'm doing here between the caller and the person asking advice. But yes, that is my opinion.
I do apologise, Uncle Pete. I should put my friend Fuad. He's on the other line in the phone upstairs.
You're on some sort of office-wide voice chat.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, I mean, I have him present for all my calls. Otherwise, I feel uncomfortable. I also have my special nephew Donnie as well.
Special.
Yeah, you right, Donnie?
Yeah, I'm a-okay.
There you go. See what I mean? So yeah, he's always there too. So yeah, it's a very unorthodox form of telephone call, but I think it works. I think it's good.
Absolutely.
Thank you ever so much, Uncle Petey, for your advice today. I hope
anything I could do to help.
I hope you find your rat. I'm still very.
I am hungry.
I'm still very concerned about the barbecue set up inside an office. Generally, is not good practice for any business.
Got a week, mate.
I mean, yeah, but you know, I'm sure there's a Mackie D's somewhere or a Nando's. I mean,
I don't have a living wage at this point, so I
so
do. Yeah.
so you joined an agency that doesn't pay you. Is it volunteer work? Is this a charity?
My next question is, was it of your own free will?
Probably not.
Probably.
Huh?
I feel like someone's drugged you and stuck you in an office, and
It would explain where the lost nights have gone.
that thing. 'Cause this is what I'm thinking. You've been drugged. You're in an office, and now you're just sort of trying to make it up as you go, just to see if you know what's going on in your life. I think we need to speak to Uncle Poxxy. I think he's doing something very dodgy here. Right.
All right.
I'm going to call the police. Thank you ever so much, Uncle Peter. You have been
No worries. I'm
utter
glad.
pleasure.
Hope my advice could have been of use.
It was totally useful, more so than Uncle Poxxy, I'm certain. Good luck with the rat.
Thank you.
I've heard they're quite bony, but once you get over all that fur, my goodness, it's a treat. So good luck with that. Bye.
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 Oh my god.
That's been my favorite Uncle Poxxy yet. And Poxxy wasn't here.
That was Uncle Poxxy. Oh look, Pete's come back, everyone.
Oh,
Hey,
hey!
what's up? Yeah.
You just missed that.
The craziest thing.
You just missed the
Did I?
craziest office phone call in our office-wide network. Apparently, we have. Guys, if you want to send a question to Uncle Poxxy, remember, we can't prove it's true or not, so go nuts. Then send an email to the Sonic Show channel at gmail.com, facebook.com/the Sonic Show, or tweet us at Sonic_show. Thank you so much, guys, for being on the show today.
Thanks for having us.
It's been awesome.
Absolutely.
Fuad, your things are awesome. I can't wait for you to get your things out next week. Donnie, step it up next week. Otherwise, you're teetering on the edge now. Tom was here. He's unfortunately had to go due to a crisis of sleep. And thank you so much, Pete. It has been a pleasure.
Yeah.
Do you want to spend a moment to flog your wares and your social medias?
Sure. YouTube.com/Project Phoenix. That's where I do most of my video stuff. Doing co-op Let's Plays with Sega Driven right now. I don't know when this will go up, but the one we're currently doing right now is Sonic the Hedgehog 1, back where it all began for most of us. We're having a great deal of fun doing that. Social media stuff is in the description for that. I'm not going to bother you with that. But if you want to follow me on the Twitters, at Gaming Phoenix or at Titanscreed if you want the nutty ramblings of a madman.
Awesome. It's been a pleasure to have you all. We will see you guys next week when Uncle Poxxy will hopefully return. If not, who will be filling in his office next week? God knows. It seems to prove for a more interesting dialogue when someone's filling in. So it'll be interesting. And we will see you guys next week. Thank you for downloading. We're available on iTunes, we're available on Acast, and we're available in numerous places. We love you all very much with our faces, and we will see you next week. Everyone say goodbye in the most surprised way you possibly can.
Goodbye in the most surprised way I possibly can.
Fantastic.
No need to call. I mean, goodbye.